So I was reading the new chapter of Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, when I noticed that Bestia is using fire to move around. And this made me realize that we didn't see Bestia's legs or feet at all ever since her introduction. They've been hidden by her robe from the start, and even in poses where you should have been able to see her feet, they weren't visible. And you might think right now, why is this concerning you? I swear I don't have feet fetish, so just hear me out for a moment. What if Bestia doesn't have feet or functioning legs? And the reason we didn't see them is because it might have some lore relevance. We know that Bestia is the leader of Fire and Flame, making her the first in command after Ignia. What makes her rank above Ved was outright Ignia's son. It sounds strange that Ignia would just allow someone random to rank above his own son. So that means that Bestia might be someone far closer to Ignia than his own blood. Bestia could be Ignia's wife or something between those lines. What would make Bestia Ved's mother? Of course, I already talked about this in one of my previous videos, or two of them I think. I would have loved to make a separate video about it, but I kinda forgot about it. And now it seems to be a popular theory, so I kinda missed the opportunity. But anyway, I'm getting off the track. If this theory about Bestia being Ved's mother is true, there is a big possibility that the reason we didn't see Bestia's feet or legs so far is because Ignia might have done something to them. Ignia could have burned her legs, leaving Bestia disabled. We know that Ignia isn't outright evil like Alderon is, for example, but he still isn't a good person. So I could totally see Ignia doing something to Bestia's legs. Maybe when they first met, Bestia challenged Ignia to determine who is the strongest fire magic user. And in this fight, Bestia brutally lost, with Ignia burning her legs away to establish his overwhelming superiority. And after this loss, Bestia dedicated her life to follow and serve Ignia. Maybe even fall in love with him. Would be a weird love story for sure, but could serve for a great plot. But I also could see possibility what could tie things back up to the start of 100 Year Quest. In the first arc, we learned that Ignia has no problems destroying entire countries. So what if one of the countries and towns Ignia destroyed during those 400 years was the home of Bestia? And during that attack, Bestia might have lost her legs, either from the rubble falling on her, being burned in Ignia's fire, or through direct combat with Ignia, leading Bestia to develop a religious fear and obsession with Ignia, just from witnessing the destruction caused by him and experiencing his flames on her own body, making her view Ignia as a god. She witnessed and experienced his power and decided to dedicate her life to serve him out of her own insanity. This could explain Bestia's design, resembling that of a corrupt priestess. This could tie us back to the statement about Ignia, giving it more depth and lore, what would be awesome. Will at the same time tie us back to the concept of the dragon gods being worshipped as gods because their overwhelming power. This concept is so far really underwhelming, and this could be a peak opportunity to fix that. But I also can see Bestia losing her legs in many different ways, from mating to giving birth to Ved, and so on, all related to Ignia. I totally can see Bestia having no legs or feet, or them not being functional because of an injury, but somehow ties back to Ignia, as it could explain why we didn't see her legs or feet so far, and why does she keep clinging to fairies all the time. It could also explain why she's using fire magic to move herself around. as being unable to walk, she needs to use fire magic to move around in combat. This could also explain why we didn't see her until Dragonization, despite being the second most important member of the guild, as she couldn't move around as freely as the rest of the members. Probably because of the limitations of a wheelchair and she not wanting to waste magic, until she received a massive magic boost through Dragonization, giving her access to a far larger magic pool, allowing her to waste as much magic as she wants, giving her full mobility through her fire magic. Bestia having some leg-related disability could be an insane plot twist, what could lead to some heavily emotional moments in the story. It could also give Bestia's character a well-deserved depth, as so far character depth is one of the biggest weaknesses of 100 Year Quest. Honestly, I could totally see that the reason Bestia's legs and feet are hidden all the time is because they got burned. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And see you guys in space. Bye!